Before I get to the video, I just want to let you guys know that I do free coaching for anybody below the rank of plat for free, and all you have to do is on my Discord link in the description, and yeah, more information there about that. Let's get to the video now. Do you play like 12 hours a day and still get hard stuck and you can't climb out at all? Well, I play 2 hours a week and ranked up consistently, and let me tell you how I did that. Many people have a bad habit of just keep on queuing after they lose, right? They lose a game, they queue again, and they lose that, they queue again, and it just keeps going, and they get like a massive red carpet, right? Now, what's wrong with that is you ruin a mental, right? You don't give yourself enough time to reset after a loss, and which like messes up your with their mental health, and it kind of transfer over to the next game, right? You'll get mad at your teammates for doing simple plays, right? If they do something wrong, you get super mad at them because you're already tilted from a previous game, and that's really like main reason people lose most of their games. And I figured out an easier way to like counter this by basically playing 2 hours a week, right? And now you can play more if you want, but for me, I'll show you my results right here. As you can see, I played on that date, and then just 1 week later, I played that. I only play like 2 to 3 games every week, right? And it's usually on Sundays, and that's all I do. And look, I have ranked up consistently here, and yeah, so let me tell you how I did that again. Now I have a 60% win rate right now from that thing, and I have more pictures of me playing like 2 to 3 games a week, for like couple weeks. But I just don't want to show you guys like all the pictures because I'm just gonna be scrolling to tracker for like a couple pages if I do that. But overall, like playing little helps, and also a thing I realize on the way is playing initiator is really like consistent, right? Initially, you can control the map, you can control your players, and you can also control yourself. I play Sky or KO mostly just because I can turn into a duelist if I want to, or I can also support my team and set them up when I need to. My stats are pretty shit. Like if you look at my KDA, it's pretty bad. It is horrendous, right? But what's really good is my assist ratio and my win percentage. All right, I'll show you a picture right here real quick for proof. Now you can see my damage per round is pretty low. My KDA is pretty KD ratio is pretty low, but my win percentage is almost 60%, right? Which is what matters. Winning is what matters. And you can see my kill, assist, and death ratio is 1.4, which is really good. That means I'm getting a lot of assists. So you see my KD is 0.9, but when they add assist on my KD, it's 1.4. So I'm doing really good as an initiator, and that's what keeps me consistent on that through, right? And as you can see, I only have 14 hours of playtime. That's because I play 2 hours a week for like what 7 weeks now, 6 weeks. So it really depends, right? But it's really consistent if you play initiator, in my opinion. I think that's like the best role to kind of like do this 2 hours a week thing on. And I don't do any crazy stuff, guys. I just stay back, set up my team, and play how I want to play, right? If my duelist dies, then I'll take the initiative and I'll take the role, right? I'll take the IGL and stuff. But if my duelist is alive, I'll try to set them up and all that kind of stuff, right? Sweet stuff that initiators do. Now, if you're following this path I'm going, make sure you're trying your hardest, right? You're only playing 2 hours a week, and you have to make sure it counts, right? It's like that's like 2 or 3 games a week, right? So you have to make sure this counts really badly. And how you do that is by warming up. You cannot hop into a comp saying I'm better. I don't need warm up. That is not how it works, because warm up isn't about doubting your skill. It's about honing your skill, right? It's about like making it better and making sure you're on the shape, on the form, right? I do like quick 5 minute to 10 minute warm up. Like I have it on my channel, the 5 minute warm up routine that I do every morning, and it's pretty good for me. I'll do it for like 5 extra minutes if I need to, if I feel like I need to. But I do like 5 to 10 minutes, right? It does warm up does not mean it has to take 30 minutes, all right? Some people get this wrong. People think what warm up means you have to do it for like 30 minutes. That is not how it works. Warm up can be as little as you need. It can be 5 minutes, it can be 50 minutes, right? It depends how much you need. So depending on what your thing is, do that much warm up, right? And overall, like just make sure if you do something wrong after you die, think what did you do wrong, right? Think how you managed to lose that. Let's say you peak B main and you were like jump spotting, but you died. Well, I was jump spotting. How did I die? What? That's just the game is brain dead. No, maybe you were jump peeking too wild. Maybe you gave too much noise away. Maybe you were like too obvious. Maybe you did it for 5 rounds straight now, and they were pre-firing at that point, right? Knowing why you die is really important on these kind of situations, because you cannot be making the same mistakes on a different game, right? Because you only get 3 chances per week, and you cannot be repeating the same mistakes in different games. Now, a big point I want to make is if you lose your first game, that's all right. Queue your second one, right? Go ahead and play your second one. But if you lose your second game as well, just get off for the week, okay? Just get off for the day or the week. I don't care what you do. Just depends how you feel. But just get off for that one day or till like the next week 2 hour mark. I don't care, right? But just don't play at the third game. Do not play the third game. Even if you have 30 minutes left on your 2 hour clock, just get off, bro. It's just not worth it. Because look, you're already tilted and you're already like in your head by 2 losses. Like the third one, it's very likely that you might be like, like not in proper shape or form. Instead, use the extra 30 minutes that you have left, VOD review, right? VOD review your own games or think what you did wrong, right? Because in this 2 hour, your main priority is progressing. Like you have to progress at a speed. Like you have to make sure you're retaining you're growing every match, right? Like you have to make sure you're like improving in every match, and it's really hard to do that if you don't like think about your mistakes, right? So just keep doing that. The whole point of this entire 2 hour method is so you don't tilt queue. So if you're tilt queuing either way, it really doesn't matter what you do now, right? So because Wu Hujin also said this, you cannot rank up if you're not improving at a fast rate, right? Like he mentioned something like this. I remember in the video, if you're not improving at a significant rate, you cannot rank up in that rate, right? Like if you're stuck on that one skill gap, you'll stay in that skill gap no matter what. So improving at a consistent level is what gets you out. And if you're not trying to improve every match, you're not gonna get out ever. And that's a fact. Now, I solo queued throughout this whole 2 hour thing. Like, I solo queued every game, but you don't have to do that. Getting a duo might help you with the mental, but I just have better focus when I'm playing alone because I feel like having somebody on call or something might distract me, and I usually play better when I'm alone, so I just solo queued throughout it. But having a duo or trio might be more beneficial because solo is a gamble on the ranks leaderboard, and especially if you're on the lower ranks, right? It might be harder to find a teammate that actually listen to you. So getting a duo or trio on the lower rank side, like if you're below, like let's say plat, yeah, it might be worth it. But after you're maybe like diamond or higher, I don't think you still. It's good to have a duo trio, but I think you can rely on a teammate a decent bit if you are supporting them well enough, right? You gotta create a vibe. As soon as the match starts, be like, "Hey guys, what's up? What's going on?" And like start making plans. If nobody's talking, be the IGL, right? This is a great point I'm making right here. If nobody's talking, you gotta be the one stepping up. Somebody has to IGL, okay? I usually do it all the time. If I'm the only one like that's trying to talk in the game, I'll be like, "Hey guys, let's hit B. Well, let's go a bit slow, right? Cypher, can you lurk up mid and find the rotators? And we'll just kind of play off the picks. Something like that. Simple calls, right? Simple calls can make a huge difference. And you need to be, it doesn't have to be you, but somebody needs to be talking in the game, right? Somebody has to be talking as yelling. If it's no one, it's gotta be you. It has to be. Because if you're not as yelling, it's really hard. Like, I feel like I have won a lot more games when I IGL. And throughout this 2 hour mark, I think I've IGL'd almost all my games, unless somebody else is doing it already. Then I'll be like, okay, I'm fine with that. But I'm usually IGLing a lot, and I think it's really great way to like kind of do it because remember, enemy team is probably not IGLing either. So if you IGL, you're already like winning by like 30% margin. Like you're already ahead of them in the game easily, easily. Now you can't just IGL without like thinking about the game, right? If you're like saying random stuff like, "Oh yeah, let's go mid, guys." I don't know where anybody plays from the team, but let's just go mid and see how it works. Like that is a stupid call, right? Because like you're basically telling your team to go mid without any plan whatsoever, right? Okay, every round you play, this keep in your head, where does the Cypher play? Where does the Killjoy play? Or where does the small Omen play, right? And try to find their enemies like set defending point where they stay or where they anchor and play around that, right? Let's say, guys, let's go mid. Their Omen plays near a cat on the set, right? The Omen plays near a cat. Let's walk up mid and we'll do like an Omen flash from A main and run up cat and try to find this Omen killer, right? Something like that, right? Give your team some info to rely on, right? If you tell them like, oh yeah, Omen's gonna be playing cat, their Cypher plays B, and their Reyna is usually lurking up mid. Boom! You just give them three people's location, and now they're more confident to play around that, right? Doing stuff like that can help your team greatly, greatly, greatly. And anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I appreciate you guys hanging around, right? And just join my Discord if you want any coaching, any advice, anything like that. I'm always there. And yeah, thank you, bye bye.